there, welcome to my channel. I am Ashley Drummonds and I am going to show you how to open a bottle of wine like a pro. Now, you're gonna need a wine key that has the little lever, the corkscrew on it, and a small blade. I will also show you how to do it with this. This is kind of standard that a lot of people have, but I will show you how to open if this is the kind of wine opener that you have as well. You will also need a bottle of wine. Now, prior to this video, I had already opened this bottle here. I am going to use this bottle as an example with this one. So starting out, what we have is the seal. This is the first part. You want to make sure anytime you're opening a bottle of wine, you move the bottle as little as possible in case there's sediment, or if it's an aged bottle, you really want to keep it in a still form. And you want to make sure you are very careful with your blade. So you're going to put your blade right underneath the lip. This is the lip right here. A lot of people cut the foil off here, and the reason you don't want to do that is because you can risk getting foil into the wine when you pour it, or the wine touching the foil when you pour it into the glass, and we don't want to disrupt anything between the wine from the bottle into the glass. So you want to move it as little as possible. So you have options. You can either hold the neck and the top of it just like this and cut around, or you can tilt it a little bit on the side, which is what I'm going to do. But ultimately, you're going to cut, push, and be very careful. I've cut myself plenty of times doing this. You're going to push the blade around while keeping the bottle still. This is kind of an old bottle of port, so we're going to see what it looks like when we open it up. I'm moving that so I don't knock that over. But so you want to make sure you have a clean cut all the way around. Sometimes you get lucky and this happens and it'll kind of start to peel for you. If that doesn't happen though, again, normally this would be sitting here. If that doesn't happen though, and you just did the cut around, what you would do is you would do a small cut on the top here, because you're going to create that little lip. So be very careful when you do this, and you're going to create that. So if you can see how I kind of just got the foil to lift some, you're gonna create that. You can peel it off. This is a bad bottle of wine. You can peel it off with the knife, or you can just set the knife down and peel all the way around. It is totally fine and normal if it comes off in pieces. In the restaurant world, or even just in the wine world, typically what you would do is if it comes off like that, you then just put the foil in your pocket. Okay, so now we have this. This could be a whole other video on how to tell if a wine is bad or cooked, because it's like sticking to my fingers right now. We're gonna put the blade away carefully. We're then gonna open up the lever and the corkscrew. So I like to put this kind of towards the tip of my finger like that, and use this while holding onto the neck to push into the wine or the cork, and then get a nice good foundation for moving this corkscrew. Make sure you are only turning the corkscrew and keeping the bottle of wine still. So like so, corkscrew's going in there. We're gonna get to here. So then you're going to push the lever in like that. You wanna get it to the point where, well actually we can go a little higher on this one. Put it to the lip, because what that's gonna do is it's gonna create a foundation to push down on the bottle while pulling the cork out. So I like to hold this and pull up like so, nice and slow. A lot of people just boop. You actually don't want that pop noise. You want as little bit of a pop as possible. So I'm pulling this out still. This wine is so bad. I'll show you why I'm saying that. When it starts to get close to the top like this, what I like to do is stop using this, and I will hold right around the neck of the bottle, and I'll just give it a good squeeze and a slow pull on my own, like so, with a little poof, like a little puff of air, just like that. So as you can see, this is so bad. This cork should not have all this wine color around it. So what that tells me, looking at this, is this probably had heat that got into it. The heat cooked the wine. I mean, port is already kind of syrupy, but the heat cooked the wine, putting pressure into the bottle, pushing the cork out, pushing wine up through the cork, which is why we have seepage. Normally the only area you would see wine is on the tip, not on all of this. But I mean, I can see like that wine is all the way through and it's on the side of the bottle. This is a bad bottle of wine. But that is how you can open a bottle of wine like a pro with a wine key. Again, main things to remember, move the bottle as little as possible. You hold it here. When you go to serve, after you pulled that out, you would take a cloth and you would wipe the edges of this to make sure that you didn't get any foil or anything into that, and it's nice and clean to pour. But that's how we do that. With this, like I said, I had opened this bottle, actually doing a demo before I started this video, but I'm gonna go ahead and kind of reopen it for you a little bit with this. But essentially, you're gonna go through the same process with the foil. As you can see, it was cut right here underneath the lip. You start with it like this, basically. So if you just take this, this is made to be very simple. So if you take this, you put it on the cork like so. You're gonna hold the bottle. This cork's not all the way in. I just realized I was covering my mouth. This cork's not all the way in, so I'm doing this kind of as like a mock-up. But so if you can see it, you put this on the cork, put it around the bottle. These need to be a little bit lifted. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this little lever while holding onto the bottle. As you can see, these little wings start to come out. So we keep turning. That's probably good. You don't really need to do it all the way up. Then all you're gonna do is you're gonna push down like so, hold the neck of the bottle, hold this, and very gently we pull out, and just like that, you've opened your bottle of wine. Now to get the cork back out, I like to push this up. So if you saw that, I just pushed this in, twist the cork off. Not this, just the cork. And now you've opened your bottle of wine. This is a good cork. So now you can see side by side, this was properly sealed. This only has the stain on the bottom, which is awesome. This one is all the way through. So this is one thing you can do to indicate if the bottle of wine is good. It's not the only indication to look for, but right off the bat, you would be able to tell like, that's a bad bottle. That's a good bottle. That is how you open a bottle of wine like a pro and properly. You would also want to make sure you wipe this off with a cloth as well before serving it. I hope you enjoyed this video, got a little education 101 on wine. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment if you have something specific you have a question about in regards to wine, let me know. Also, if you go to Abs Fit Life TV, you not only can learn about wine online, but you also can learn about fitness as well. I'm all about fitness and wine. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in some of the other videos.